So let's start with our lecture 14. So this is the structure of your ovary. It is the section of your ovary, isn't it? Now what do you see in this? You can see that it has got an outer layer which is called as what? Germinal epithelium. Then inner to it is your tunicula albuginea. Okay, and this part is called as what? Cortex, and this part is your medulla. Now what do you find? That the germinal epithelium, as the name suggests, that it should be giving rise to a germ cells, but this is not the case with the ovary. Now we will look at oogenesis, and then we will see how these oocytes they have come from where. Okay, and then tunicula albuginea is your fibrous connective tissue. Then this is the major part of the cortex which is having your germ cells in it, that is your oocytes are there, and this middle part is your cortex, which is mainly consisting of your connective tissues, your blood vessels, your nerves, your lymphatic capillaries. Okay, fine. So this is about the section of your ovary. Now let's move on to oogenesis. Okay, so what do we find? That oogenesis, as the word itself tells you, generation of oocytes, formation of oocytes. Now if you look at oogenesis, it starts in case of females, okay, during embryonic development only. Okay, now I have shown you a stage here, and during the 4th week of embryo development, what happens that this is the yolk sac, what, and from here your germ cells, your primordial germ cells, they migrate to the fetal ovary. Okay, so from there they migrate to the fetal ovary. So here you can see that the germ cells are derived from your yolk sac. Okay, so they are not derived from your germinal epithelium which is surrounding your ovary. And a female is born with a fixed number of oocytes. Remember, a fetal ovary contains 1 to 2 million oogonia. Okay, and when the individual borns, then this number gets reduced. But we find that no more oogonia is added after birth or formed after birth. Fine. Now let's start with this oogenesis process. Okay, now in fetal stage, that is in ovary. Okay, what is happening there? There is proliferation phase is happening, that is oogonia or primordial germ cells that have migrated from your yolk sac to the ovary, they divide, and they divide by mitosis. Means if the DNA number is 2x or 2n, you can say, okay, then it remains in these cells what? 2n. Okay, so they are dividing by mitosis, and during this fetal ovary, it contains around 1 to 2 million oocytes, okay, oogonial cells. Okay, now at birth, the growth of these oogonia takes place. You know that they are born with a fixed number. Okay, so these oogonia, what happens? They undergo growth phase. Okay, so when they grow, what happens? Each oocyte is surrounded by what? Oogonial cell is surrounded by follicular cells. So these cells are called as follicular cells. Okay, and these oocytes are called as primary oocyte, and they are arrested at diplotin stage of prophase 1. Means they have entered meiosis, but still the division is not complete, and they got arrested where? Arrested at prophase 1. At which stage of prophase 1? Diplotin stage. Okay, and at birth around there are around 5 lakh to 10 lakh oocytes are there. Okay, primary oocytes are there. Okay, and on the onset of puberty, until puberty, how many oocytes remain? 60,000 to 80,000. See, what happened to these oocytes? They die off. Okay, so now, and every month, what do you find? That some primary oocytes, around 10 to 20 oocytes, resume oogenesis and start developing. Okay, now out of these 20, only one of them, they grow fully to your full grown primary oocyte or mature follicle, we call it, and that is called as Graafian follicle. Okay, and rest of them, they undergo atresia. We call it as follicular atresia, that is, they degenerate. Okay, and one of them, they grow into your Graafian follicle or mature follicle, and just prior to ovulation, what is happening to this follicle, to this primary oocyte? Meiosis 1 is completed. As a result, what will be formed? This is your primary oocyte, fine. It changes into secondary oocyte, and this is your first polar body is being released. Now, when the secondary oocyte gets arrested at metaphase stage of your meiosis 2. Now, this secondary oocyte, it again, you know that meiosis occurs in two phases, that is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Isn't it? In meiosis 2, the metaphase stage, that is at metaphase 2, it gets arrested at. Okay, and when will this arrest be over? When the sperms fertilize that in the oviduct, when the sperm fuses with the secondary oocyte, then meiosis 2 is completed, releasing the second polar body. Now, there are various views whether this polar body will divide or may divide and give rise to two polar bodies, isn't it? Or it may not divide and it may degenerate also. Fine. Now let's look at the structure of our primary oocyte. How primary oocyte grows during that phase. Okay, and within that 14 days, what happens? It grows into your Graafian follicle, and then that ruptures at the ovulation time. Now, this is your, you can see this is your oocyte and this is your follicular cell. This is primary follicle. These are all the stages which I am showing you, is the stages of your what? Your primary oocyte. They are the what? They are the stages of primary oocyte. Okay. Fine. So primary follicle, the secondary follicle grows more of the follicular cells, and this is your tertiary follicle. Okay, now more, this is what is your antrum. Antrum is what? It's a cavity created inside now this follicle, which is filled with the liquid. Okay, now what do you find? This is your fully grown mature Graafian follicle. We call it as Graafian. It is on the name of the scientist who discovered it. Okay, and it is a mature follicle. What do you find here? That it is a oocyte, and around this oocyte you can see there is a non-cellular layer which is called as what? Zona pellucida, and this is secreted by your granulosa cells. Okay, and it is made up of mucopolysaccharide, this zona pellucida. Now these granulosa cells, they secrete mainly your hormone estrogen, which gets filled in your antrum. When we will deal with this menstrual cycle, how the hormones help in development and how ovulation occurs, all those hormonal control mechanism we will see there. Okay, so these granulosa cells, all those 20 follicles which started growing and which degenerated after some time, they were contributing to these hormones. Okay, and how important these hormones are, we will discuss. Then this is your theca interna and this is theca externa. Okay, and these theca cells are formed. We will see their role also. What is their role? So this is your complete mature follicle, Graafian follicle, which is, again I want to say, it's a primary oocyte. Okay, and it ovulates When it ovulates, before that division completes and it forms what? Secondary oocyte. Fine. And when ovulation occurs, secondary oocyte basically consists of what? Only this part, because rest of this part of the graphene follicle will convert into what? Into corpus luteum. It will remain in your ovary. Okay, only this part will be released, okay, which will contain your oocyte, your zona pellucida, and some layers of your granulosa cells. Fine. Thank you.